What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. All right, it is the 25th of June, and here we are with 7 hours, 32 minutes left in the day, sitting at about 16.7 cents. Moving down 7% on the day. You know, Cookie's known to be squirrely. I'm not worried about the price at all moving down. It's just a better opportunity to buy, really, from a low to a high here. If we can get it, low to high. Let's see. Come on. That was not what I meant to do. Let's see. Get it on there. Low to high. We're right at the 0.5. A lot of cryptos have found significance at their 0.5 recently. It's absolutely acceptable if we go down to the golden ratio, and that's at about 16.25 to 15.8 cents, something down in that area. Find support there, continue to move up, something like that. If not, here's good enough, I think. I mean, here we are on the 4-hour time frame right there at the 40 on the RSI. I really wouldn't be surprised if we did bounce here. Moving down with volume decreasing is a good way to go if you're looking to bounce and recover and see some higher prices. So that's exactly what I think is going to happen. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame real quick. 1-hour time frame has bullish divergence. We've got higher lows right here, double bottom off the oversold zone. You are building a little bit of volume right here. So, I mean, again, the idea that you could go down a little bit lower is there, but you probably don't go like below 15.8 cents or anything like that, right? I think that was the golden ratio, right? 15.8. The 6.9, yeah, 15. You probably don't go below there. And if you do, I'm not worried about the price, man. This is not a head and shoulders pattern. If anybody's wondering, no. It is not. It is absolutely not. I've been doing technical analysis for 9 years, so whoever says this is a head and shoulders pattern, question their experience, because if they say that this is a head and shoulders pattern, my guess would be that it is their first year doing technical analysis, maybe the first couple of years even, but no, it's absolutely not a head and shoulders pattern. Sorry, guys. Anyways, one of my cats ate one of my plants, my basil plant. Anyways, 4-hour time frame looks good right here. 1-hour time frame also looks good right here. Okay. And then the daily time frame, looking at this here, we are rejecting an area where you don't want to reject necessarily, but we're also at an area that you could find support at. So I think we're just dilly-dallying on our way up, right? We're probably going to run all the way up to the overbought zone here. Maybe not by the end of this month, but by the beginning of next month, we should be in the overbought zone, which tells me that while Cookie probably does move up going into the end of this month, the real fun's probably going to begin in July, and that's when we're going to be breaking out. I wouldn't be surprised if Cookie's at like 26 cents, maybe 32 cents over the coming days, something like that. But when we break out, the real fun's going to begin. The party's getting started in July, right? And whenever we do move up, if we're looking at this from a relative high here to a relative low there, relative high to low, the expectation would be to go to the next area, right? We stopped at the golden ratio zone here. The expectation would be to go to the 786, 886, which is all the way up at about 63 cents to 50 cents, somewhere in that zone. Maybe higher, maybe higher. We'll probably stop off there for a little bit, kind of like we did here, right? For maybe like a couple weeks or so. Consolidate back to the golden ratio and then continue to rally. I suppose it is possible with how Cookie DAO likes to move. I mean, we could be there by the end of this month, but I would think more so that's like the beginning of July that we're in there. And then mid-July, we're down here, consolidating back to the golden ratio, finding support at prior resistance here, and then continuing upwards and onwards to new all-time highs by the end of July and into early August. I would expect that we do see prices that are at like $1.65 to $3.90, somewhere in that zone. It's very possible that we stop somewhere in between. I would say that it's less likely that we stop here. There's a good chance. I've been saying for a long time that likely we don't stop here, likely we don't stop here, but stop somewhere in the middle. And I still think that the most likely outcome would be somewhere around 250 to 260. Yeah, I think so. But 390, as I've actually been giving a lot more thought to that lately, because after that one video we did about a week ago comparing Cookie DAO to the Bitcoin chart, you know, that we made a lot of sense out of this $3.90 area. We made a lot of sense out of that. So that's about a 24x from here, right? Maximum expectation. I mean, maybe you do more. You never know. Cookie could go crazy, man. We get a crazy Cookie DAO here. The minimum expectation truly would be something on the lines of like a 10x. But I think that sweet spot right in the middle there, something at like a 15x or more, 15 to 23x, something like that. That's what I would expect from Cookie from here at least, right? Probably go down a little bit. If not, you really might be at an area to find support, but it depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin finds a little bit of resistance here and comes down over the hours to come, sure, Cookie DAO might go down to like 15.8 cents or something like that, but nothing too crazy. If we're looking at this on a 4-hour time frame again, you know, maybe what we do, regardless of the fibs, perhaps what we're doing here is because if we are looking at the fibs, we're at the 0.5 right now, so that's an area to find support. But if we go down here, That's prior areas of resistance, prior areas of support right there, just for like a brief second. Still gives us a higher low, and we're at like 16 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if we did something like that and then moved on up. I'm actually thinking about buying some more Cookie DAO because this thing is looking rather robust. Onyx Coin is doing phenomenal too, but yeah, Cookie's looking really, really good. I want to look at the 15-minute time frame before we end this video here. Let's see. 16.7 cents, 15-minute RSI, double bottom. I like it, man. 15-minute and the 1 hour. They have me convinced. As long as we can close this hour in the next 27 minutes, 30 or 20 seconds, whatever, at this price or higher, as long as we can close it green, I have faith that that is the low. If it's not, it's really not a big deal. But again, just looking at the price here, it really wouldn't surprise me if we bounced right here. Maybe we bounce and we continue to go lower, whatever, one last time. But I feel like this looks very appropriate. It looks very, very appropriate. So the next target, again, in case I wasn't clear, I would say by the end of the month, we're probably going to be in this zone between about 25 to 32 cents. Okay, something up here by the end of the month, right up in this zone. And we'll probably dilly-dally, pull back, find some support at key areas of resistance. And then going into July, we should be up at, I would think, either in the beginning or the middle of July, we should be at about 50 to 65 cents, somewhere in that zone, okay? And then that middle to ending part of July will be pulling back to the golden ratio, finding support here. End of July, going into August, we should be breaking out to new all-time highs and see our all-time highs. This move fully mature probably sometime in early August, if not the end of July, at like 240, 250, 260, if not at the most $3.90. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. We could talk about all-time highs real quick. Everybody likes it whenever we talk about all-time highs, right? All-time highs on a weekly basis, if we're taking this from a high to a low here, the expectation would be that by the end of the cycle, I mean, if we're looking at this here, in case anybody needs another reason to buy Cookie DAO from here to there, I would very much expect that we see 141, 142x maneuver from here by the end of the cycle. When is that going to be? End of this year, 2025. Maybe very early 2026. I wouldn't be surprised if we did bleed into 2026 a little bit, but that's the minimum target right there. Just above 20 bucks. It's about 140 something X from here. I really could see Cookie DAO going all the way up to 100 bucks, you guys. Which sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but man, we see crazy things happen in the crypto space all the time, and this is actually a suitable market cap for Cookie, I think, by the end of the cycle. Peak market cycle finale craziness, right? I could really see that happening. Something between $20 to $50, though, is the most probable. Anything above 50, we're hitting that maximum area, but I really do think we stand a chance of seeing $100. Other than that, guys, I got nothing else for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, please. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.